What's up, guys? This is LJ Lawrence James here, coming at you with a how to not jungle, or how to Nautilus jungle. Hopefully we're learning how to jungle, because learning how not to jungle isn't very beneficial for you. But the way I like to play Nautilus, he's one of my most played champions. He's super fun. I love him. He used to be a lot stronger than he is now. I think in the current meta on 3.10, he's not as strong because I think farming champions are a little bit better, and Nautilus doesn't scale all that well as far as that is concerned. He does have a lot of CC late game, which is his strong point. And the best thing about Nautilus is his ganking, right? So you need to make sure that you get good ganks off. If you don't have a good ganking, if your team doesn't have good laning phase, then there's a very good chance you're not going to win the game. But the runes and masteries that I run with Nautilus, I run attack speed reds, armor yellows, magic resist scaling per level blues, and movement speed quints. The movement speed quints are super important. He's one of the junglers that benefits from mobility boots and the quints really well. So definitely Nautilus is really good with movement speed. Mobility boots is like never been better on any other champion than Nautilus in my opinion. The masteries I'm running is 9-21-0. I used to run 0-21-9, but I like the new one of 9-21-0 because his early game damage is pretty important, and I think the magic pen is really good on him. And you're going to start off, you can see I didn't start anything, right? I didn't start anything yet until I know that 100% sure I'm doing my blue, because if there's an invade or something, you never know what I might need. If I need to land a hook, then I'm going to go hook. If I need to land E, which I doubt I would, but I would land E. So we're going to start W. W is everything on Nautilus. It's your damage, it's your survivability, it's everything. If W is not up, you're not going to do much damage at all. So you can see here, I don't use W right away when we start blue. I just auto attack it with my two allies here, and I save my W until they leave me. So like right there when I W, I'm saying, hey guys, it's okay, I got it now. Because if you pop W right away when you're killing blue, you're going to do a lot of burst damage to it, and then it's going to be at like 20% health when your teammates leave, and you're not going to, it's going to take you a little bit longer to kill it. So I would suggest saving your W until your teammates like ready to back off, like when it's at 20% health, and then they're ready to go back to their lane, and they're done leashing you. So here, like, you can see I only had to use one health pot on that. The nice thing about Nautilus is he has really good sustain early level, and you can kind of get through the jungle without even using all your health pots, which is unlike a lot of other jungles. A lot of jungles, you just, like, run through your health pots like crazy. But Nautilus is W with the shield and his burst damage, and you're able to get off, you're able to keep your health pots. So the nice thing here is Nami was able to ward for us. And we were able to see that the Shaco did not invade us, which is really important because normally I would say drag this into this bush over here. So my team gets double first blooded pretty much. He got killed up here with a gank, and then unfortunately they died 2 versus 2 on bottom. So I need to make something happen at mid. So I'm gonna come here at mid and try to land a grab. Oh, right into the wall here. So not good. Not a good grab by me. I should have just kept coming and landed a safer grab, and he would have flashed. He would have certainly flashed. So we didn't force anything there. So that was super bad by us. But instead of dwelling on it, we just go right back to farming again. You can't fall behind in the jungle. That's like the #1 rule when you're jungling on anything. You cannot fall behind in levels, because once you fall behind in levels, you become useless and you're just relying on your team to carry you through the game. So you need to maintain levels and you need to maintain gold. So if that gank didn't work, do I sit in that bush and try again? Not really. Unless it's like a guaranteed another chance, but I just go right back to farming, and now I'm looking, as I'm killing the minions, no matter where I'm killing the minions, I'm always looking at the different lanes and seeing who needs help and kind of where I should go next, basically, after I kill whatever CS. So I'm sitting here in this bush. I'm kind of waiting until they push up a little bit. He has a vision ward on him, so he's going to vision ward this bush, and then hopefully I will come here now. Now, unfortunately, this minion walks up, and now it sees me. It sees me, right? So I go into the bush, and I'm like, ah, God. Okay, so it saw me. But what I'm going to do here is a little trick. So I go back. Or I'm pretending like I'm going back. I'm actually thinking about going back, but I'm like, hey, you know what? If I sit in this bush with the vision ward, they're not going to know if I went back or if I'm staying in this bush, right? So I stand here. I'm really patient. I'm waiting to see if there's a chance that I can grab Maple Street or the Fiddlesticks. So I'm waiting in the bush. I'm just trying to see if there's any chance I can get. And I'm telling my team, I'm like, hey man, we got this. So now I see a chance, and I land the hook, the auto attack passive that snares him, and now Shaco comes in from the back, but we had such an early advantage that we're able to take out Maple Street right away. I auto attack both of them different times to snare both of them, and now I'm just slowing both of them with auto attack. You can see I'm alternating my auto attacks between both of them. I try to hook the Shaco away from my Ashe. I flash in to get Fiddlesticks, and a really good fear by Fiddlesticks. So he's going to be able to get out, and now I'm just coming back to support my Nami. And Nami's able to pick up the kill, and now I just want to push this lane out so that it can reset back to the turret, and hopefully we can make the Varus miss some CS while also resetting the lane so that when Ashe comes back to lane, it will be reset for him, and he will be able to have an even lane. So something happens at mid lane. Somebody died. Malzahar died, right? Yeah. So Malzahar died. So to Ziggs. So Ziggs 1v1'd him. That's really important. So that's kind of the lane that's winning, and that might be the lane that I want to snowball. When your top lane and your bottom lane is losing, naturally, just like a 1v1 or however they're losing, even if Shaco ganked Riven, so that's kind of why he's losing now. But you kind of have to make a choice. You have to decide two things. Either you can try to gank both lanes consistently, or you can just try to snowball one lane. And Nasus is kind of hard for us to kill, because he'll have Wither for Riven, and it's going to be hard to kill him. Bottom lane, it's a little easier for me to gank because they have a lot of CC between the two. And especially with me, like that's like the best thing about Nautilus is he has so much CC. So now we're still farming. We're level 5. Our blue buff will be back up in a minute exactly. You're always timing your buffs. Make sure you time your buffs pretty much always. I would always suggest timing your buffs. Here I'm looking to gank mid, and now I saw that he walked over here and he warded that. So now I'm like, okay, I can't gank that. So now I'm coming top to help him. And he's able to pick up the kill on Nasus there, but unfortunately Shaco was ganking at the same time and killed him. So now I land my Q because I knew he was going to jump over there, so I predicted it right. But now he's still stealth, right? Because it doesn't take him out of stealth. So there's not much I can do there. I'm not going to be able to kill him if he's in stealth right there. So all I do is I just push his lane, like the same reasoning I was pushing Ashe's lane. It's just you're pushing it to reset it and hopefully make their top lane lose CS. But Shaco does the right thing, and so he comes over here, and what does he do? He runs over here and takes that farm because they can't lose that experience, right? So in a way, I'm forcing Shaco to go top by pushing it. If I don't push this, the waves are gonna our wave is gonna naturally push it, and it's gonna like stop right here probably because the next minion wave will come in. So here I come in. I'm trying to gank mid, but that we did see that warded, so we know that's probably not a good possibility. Ziggs is coming with me. I told him his red buff is up because I know he started red, and I know my blue buff is up. So I leave my blue buff up there because we saw Shaco top, and now we're going to be able to hopefully take the red buff because we know that's up. So you always want to be timing. So since we know where he started, we know he started red, we know that his red will be up at the same time my blue's up. And that's the reason why we did that. So instead of just going to my blue right away, we're going to take his red first. So we know that's warded, so I run right through it, right? So I'm running right through it, and I try to land a hook. I land a hook on Maple Street, and he's forced to flash afterwards to avoid the Nami. And you can see I only have boots. I don't even have mobility boots, but I was still able to run through here with the movement speed quints. And we have a ward in this bush, right? So we see the Shaco coming down, and I'm kind of keeping my eye on them because I'm like, okay, you guys need to be careful because now if Shaco comes down and ganks you guys, I'm going back to farm my blue buff. So I'm keeping my eye on them. I don't want him to come. I don't want him to come by. So I vision ward out here. So why did I vision ward out here and not in dragon? Because we're not doing dragon. If we were doing dragon right there, I would vision ward inside here to get this ward. But I want to vision ward here to protect this river area a little bit more. I see Shaco go in, and so now I'm trying to get here as fast as possible. Now Zig had a really good roam here and roams down. I snare them. I drag in the easiest target, which was Fiddle, and now I ult Maple Street in the back so that I get all of the charges on the ultimate. I was able to ult both of them because I ult in the back and then it knocks up whoever's in its path, and it was able to knock up the Shaco. So we were able to pick up that kill pretty easily. I'm out of mana now, and I want to just get this Ziggs this blue buff. So I go to the blue buff and I'm giving him blue. Like I was saying with this ward, I really wanted it to just cover this river area. If we were going to do the dragon, I would definitely ward inside here because you can ward right here, and this ward would not see it at all. And obviously in the very back you wouldn't see it. But so now Ziggs has blue buff. He's pretty far ahead. He's 201, 71 CS. Malzahar is only 49 CS, and he's 010. So he's snowballing very well, and so am I. I'm 103, and now I bought mobility boots, and that's a really good combination for me. So you can see I have 34 CS. Shaco only has 26, so I'm farming a little bit better than him. I'm letting Ziggs take my race, no problem. I go right to my red buff, and I'm trying to clear off all the buffs out of the map. So I still want to gank bottom. I still want to help top. We're pretty even in the game right now. We're definitely not ahead. We're a little bit behind in gold. Not by much, though. It's a pretty even game. We see Fiddlesticks there, but I think Or maybe we didn't see Fiddlesticks. Yeah, we didn't see Fiddlesticks. So he's ulting in on Ziggs, which is a really good gank. He fears him. He ults in, and now Malzahar ults too. And I'm coming here to just try to see if I can save him at all. But there's no way I'm going to be able to save him. So you can see right there. So now that my shield is gone, my damage is instantly gone. And now all of a sudden, killing this wave is super hard because I don't have my shield anymore. And so last hitting is a little difficult. So there I combo with my E, and I'm killing that. And now I grab him here because I know he'll take a turret hit, but he actually didn't take a turret hit. The turret reset. That was just like just enough range for that. So I'm really careful around this area. You don't want to overextend against him. And instead of just standing there right away, I go and farm wolves because I think I can kill wolves before this wave comes and hits that turret. So I think after I kill this, I should, if I play this correctly, I should go cover mid again so that we don't let that die. But I do see Shaco bottom clearing my ward, so we need to be careful that he doesn't do the dragon. Yeah, see, okay, so instead of going mid, I put this over priority because now I'm like, oh crap, dude, is he doing the dragon? So we need to be a little careful here. So maybe I'll check it, maybe I won't. Hopefully, if I'm playing it correctly, I should check it. Okay, I did check it there. So I saw the dragon, then he wasn't doing it, and maybe I saw Shaco jump over the top. I probably didn't though. So now I'm coming bottom lane. Ziggs is pretty far ahead right now. He can 1v1 Malzahar pretty much anytime he wants to. I come in this bush because I know it's not warded. Now I'm just waiting for a chance to grab, really. That's it. So he arrows. Now I'm coming in. Hopefully I'm just trying to get a grab at the best chance possible. I missed my grab there. Not the greatest. Varus had a good ult. He gets a lot of poke onto us too. So now we're kind of threatened for a 2 versus 3. So unfortunately Ashe, I'm not sure why he did that, but he took a turret hit, and now Maple Street is looking to get. So this is either a genius bait or a really bad play. So I land my passive snare on him. We kill him, and now we can go on to Maple Street, right? We can just chase him down. As long as I tank the turret, if I'm the one that tanks the turret, then we can kill this guy for sure. So I pick up a double kill there. So I guess Ass is a genius. It was either he was a genius or he was, or it was, I don't know, whatever you want to say. It was not the best play ever. But it ended up being the best play ever, so hats off to you, Ashe, or Curry, whoever you are. And so now I see top lane, I see Shaco is top, and my Riven's definitely having a hard time. So this is like the point in the game where it's kind of hard, it's kind of difficult to like just watch your top lane dying like crazy. Because he's 1-4 now. Oh, but he's able to pick up a kill on the Asses, so that's actually really good for him. The fact that like he's gonna miss all this was guaranteed. He was gonna miss all that for sure, and he was gonna die for sure. But the fact that he was able to pick up Nasus at all was pretty good for him. But I know since Shaco is top, we might be able to do a dragon here, but my bottom lane isn't really there, and we're not sure where their mid and support are. So I'm probably wanting to do this dragon since Shaco is top. Like knowing when to do objectives, when to take objectives as a jungler is super important. So we'll see what I do here. I probably could have taken the dragon, or maybe I'm coming down to gank bottom first. They don't have this warded, and I see Fiddlesticks. He's trying to ult, so I try to stop him. I snare him with the passive, but I guess it still goes off anyways. So now we're taking tons of damage. And I snare Maple Street, and with red buff, oh, I don't have red buff actually, but I have Nami buff, so I'm able to slow him a little bit. And now I'm just chasing down Fiddle. I wait for Fiddle to drain before I grab him. So right there I grabbed him after the drain because that's like my only interruption, and I see someone teleporting in, so we need to be a little careful, but at the same time Ziggs is coming in the backside. So I snare Maple Street, and now Maple Street is forced into a position where he must kill Nami. And so now I don't have W, so I'm not doing much damage to him, but with Ziggs is able to pick him up with a bomb, and Maple Street was dead 100%. So now I flash in over the minion so he doesn't block my Q, the minion, and now I grab Malzahar. I snare him with my passive, and hopefully we're able to pick up this kill. Now Shaco's coming in from the backside too, but we have just enough damage with my last auto attack to take this guy down. So now I'm low, but I kite through the Ziggs bombs, and so that Shaco's not going to be able to chase me, hopefully. And yeah, he's not able to chase me. So we're able to get out of there, and that was like a really good turning point in the game. So we're still down in kills, and top was able to take tower, because 1v1 we're not going to be able to do anything. But now Ashe makes a really good play here, and is ganking top. So that's super strange, right? Like, why would Ashe gank top? But Riven really needed the help here, and let's see what happens. I'm not sure if they get this or not. So they're blowing as much damage as possible, and they get it. So that was really good. So now Nami will go back bottom, and hopefully they'll hold bottom. Hopefully won't lose that turret. And maybe I'm looking to clear our blue right now, and give this Ziggs his blue. Now as far as item build, right? So now as soon as we finish our Ancient Golem, we have our mobility boots already. Now we're looking to go Aegis, and I'm going to pick up the Emblem of Valor first because they have a lot of AD damage, and that's their most fed on their team is their AD damage. So that's what we're going to look to do. I catch Fiddlesticks here warding, and I'm trying to protect my ward because I don't want my ward to die. But I grab him as soon as he drains. I ult to try to get away a little bit because I got kind of caught there. And now Shaco stealths in and we didn't even see it. So now he gets on our Ziggs, and he's probably going to be able to kill Ziggs, but Ziggs is able to pick up that kill anyways. And so now we were able to protect our ward, so it was still worth it in a way. And now, for some reason, they want to start Dragon. I'm probably not very confident in this, but since we have a Vision Ward here and my team wants to do it, I think I'm okay with it. But now I see a chance to grab Malzahar, and I go right out to Malzahar and grab him. And so now with the knock-up and Ashe damage, but unfortunately Nasus roam bottom, so now I'm like probably pinging back. I'm like, hey, ping back. But I guess Ashe didn't see it and flashes in. And so now Ashe is trying to slow him, but with Nami heals, hopefully Ashe gets away. Now I'm just trying to protect my team. I'm trying to tank as much damage as possible. I'm probably hoping that Ashe comes back and tries to help a little bit. But the Varus ult comes in, and I'm shut down. So that's unfortunate. And hopefully my team gets away. Yeah, they got away. Okay, so we definitely could have played that better. And now they're probably going to get a free dragon. So where we made our mistake here was starting the dragon. So my instinct was probably right. When I started backing off, I was like probably like pinning back. And they wanted to do dragon anyway. So sometimes that kind of stuff happens. That's why it's solo queue. And that's why you prefer to play with your team. So Ziggs ults here and tries to pick up the dragon, but he's not going to be able to pick it up. We didn't even have it. We didn't have it warded because they had a vision warded. So. Oh no, they didn't vision ward it, huh? So I guess our vision ward just died, so that's kind of unfortunate. But Ziggs wasn't able to pick it up. So now we're still just building our Aegis right now. We need to farm a little bit because now we're a little bit behind. The Shaco is still level 10, and as we are, we're behind CS now though. Shaco has 64 CS and we have 49 CS, so we've been ganking probably a little too much. And that whole skirmish around here kind of wasted a lot of time, and it was really bad for us because we lost Dragon. So now we're behind in kills, and we're behind in gold overall because of the dragon. So I'm just farming a little bit here. I notice our red buff is up, so I want to take the red buff as soon as possible. I'm still looking around the map every time I'm farming a camp, unless I'm worried about being invaded and I need to have a smite war, possibly. I'm always looking around the map, checking item builds, checking position, like where people are positioned, like pretty much everything like that. I'm timing my buffs. Always time your buffs. So like right there, we killed it at what, like 1650. So we know it's going to be up at 2150. So right here, I grab Malzahar. I come in from the backside, and with mobility boots, my ultimate, we're able to kill him. Shaco comes in over the top after killing Race and trying to stop us, but he's there too late, and there's no way he's going to get that. So you can just see the power of mobility boots. I just ran right through here. Even though this wasn't worded, I still just ran right through here and grabbed him, and then I'm able to ult him, snare him. Like, as long as you time your abilities, too. The one thing I see a lot of Nautilus do is they just use all their stuff at once instead of timing it. So what I'll do is I'll land my Q, and then as soon as that CC is over, I'll land an auto attack, so that snares them, and then I'll knock them up, if I still have that up, you know? With my ultimate. You don't want to just blow everything at once, because you want to, like, time your CC, and you want to do that with other champions as well. Like, so an Ashe arrow lands, you're not going to knock them up in the middle of the Ashe area. You're going to knock them up as soon as the cooldown on that stun is ending. So like as soon as Ashe's arrow is about to end, then you knock them up so that you can get maximum uptime on the CC on that champion. So here we finished up the Aegis, which is really nice. We pick up a Vision Ward, which has a few uses. We can use it on Dragon area. We can use it on wherever we need to get Vision. And we can also save it for Shaco. In case Shaco comes in, we can catch the Shaco with a Vision Ward. So I'm still looking to snowball bottom. Like, bottom's a really good gank for me. I may be thinking this is boarded. I'm not sure. Or, no, I'm actually letting them clear this tower, so I'm not seen here. So, unfortunately, I'm letting them clear this ward, so I'm not seen. And now I come through the bush. And so, Fiddle's ulting. I see Fiddle ulting, right? So, we see Fiddle ulting. Now we just go for it. I land both my passives. Ziggs has a good roam again. He comes down. Another teleport in from Malzahar. And I back up a little bit, but now it's still a 4 versus 3. So we could probably still fight it, but we need to be a little careful. If I would have got Moles ulted there and then Varus ulted, I would have died 100%. So I flash in. I see a chance to grab Maple Street, and I grab him. But Nami unfortunately misses her knock-up, and which is what we probably needed to get that kill. So now they just wasted Malzahar ult. Or they didn't waste it, but they used it. And so now we know that's down. So we could pressure this tower, or we could go back, and I need to help Nasus. Or I need to help Riven, possibly, because I see Nasus is diving Riven. So we'll watch this little skirmish up here. So I mobility boots and I grab home guard because I want to help him. But fortunately, Riven is able to pick up the kill anyways because thanks to the tower hits. But that's a perfect example of like when you should buy home guard, right? Like a lot of people don't ask me like when do you buy home guard. That was a perfect opportunity because I went back and I needed to be here and I knew home guard would take me to here as fast as possible to help the Riven. So I bought Home Guard instead of buying something else like upgrading my Aegis or something else I could have done with that money. I went Home Guard instantly and went back. So what do I do now after I couldn't help them top? I go and push mid because I see our mid lane is pushing them, and we don't want to lose all these minions for free. Since Ziggs isn't around, I'm just going to go ahead and take all this farm and push it up to this turret and force pressure on this side of the map. And now I'm probably just going back and farming some more. Farming is very important. We're 4-1-8. The advantage of having the mobility boots Home Guard is that you pretty much have a free initiation if they're on any side of this map. If they're on this side of the map, you can just go back and fly in out of nowhere and just completely get a really good engage. And I do that a lot of times, especially late game when they're like pressuring a tower or something. It's really good to just have Home Guard and just come flying in. That's like a really good use out of Home Guard. So now we're still behind in CS compared to the Shaco, but we're catching up a little better. And our early game has been good enough. We're still behind, right? We're behind 13 kills to 20, but and we're down a dragon. So we still need to get ganks off. We still need to play well. So we're coming around here to grab the Malzahar. I ult him first because I know he has flash up and he'll just dodge my hook, and my hook will stop me. So then I knock him up. I land the hook. I land the auto attack passive on the snare, and we're able to pick him up pretty easily. So you can see, so I knew Ziggs was ahead, and I wanted to snowball his lane pretty hard. And as you can see, I haven't really helped top very much. The only time we helped top is when Ashe went up there, and I went back up with Home Guard. And that's because if we can win mid and bottom lane really hard, then it'll make up for the fact that Riven lost his top lane. So right now I'm just coming up here, and that's just because we don't want to lose this experience. So I'm gonna hold it a little bit. I don't want it to hit to the tower, so I'll just push it a little bit, and then I'll back off because I see Riven is already back up and he's coming. We need to get this bottom tower because we have top tower and we have mid tower, but we definitely need to get this bottom tower. Okay, nice. So Ashe gets the bottom tower there, and I'm not sure if they can win this 2v2. And so actually, Maple Street misses his ult there, but the fear on Fiddle, and they're able to pick up that kill pretty easily with Shaco. And now Maple Street flashes in, and they're probably going to be able to pick up this kill, I would think, as well. But I'm coming down at the same time, right? So I saw all that, and Ziggs is coming down as well. So now I land the snare onto Fiddle, and with E and auto attack, we're able to take him down. And now, unfortunately, I got feared by Shaco, or I might have been able to land this. Well, we'll see, actually. We'll see if I can still get a fight here. Perfect land on the Q, right? So I had to dodge this little old turret, and I had to dodge the minion. So that was like the one chance I had to land the Q, right? So once you get used to Nautilus, you'll be able to land Qs that you shouldn't even think are possible, right? Like that was a pretty nutty Q. The fact that it was able to land perfectly in between that, and it was at the very end reach of the Q that was able to grab him, was really good. And so now we Vision Ward Dragon and we go right for Dragon. Since we had such a good play on bottom, we're just going to keep forcing pressure here. Instead of just going back right after that kill or buying or using our money, we're just going to keep extending the lead. If mid tower was up, right after we take in this dragon, we would probably try to push mid because you always want to be like pushing leads like that. So here we're still just farming. We see our red buff is up, so maybe I'm telling Riven to possibly get it, or maybe I'm thinking about getting it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah, maybe I was telling. I'm not sure. What am I doing? Probably thinking about it. So build wise, we upgraded the Aegis the last time we bought, and into a Solari. Solari is super good. It's a really good item. You pretty much there's like no bad time to use it. You can use it at the start of the fight. You can use it in the middle of the fight. It's really good. So you can see here we're 4-1-11. We're pretty much all the kills except one on the team. We're a part of every single one. And sometimes that's what happens. So you can see like this isn't a game where my lanes were just winning, right? This isn't a game where it was like easy, because sometimes you'll have easy games where you're just like where you can just literally just go farm your jungle and the rest of your lanes are winning, and it's like you're like in heaven, right? You're like, oh my god, why can't every one of my games be like this? But most of the time that's not going to happen. Most of the time, I mean, I guess laws of like whatever physics or whatever would tell you that it'll be pretty even. Most of your lanes will be even most of the time. But a lot of times you need to be able to carry, and this is like what you need to do. How you like decide to like gank different lanes, what lane you're gonna gank, who you're gonna try to snowball, and you just work with your team and you do well. So here Shaco's coming in. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm probably thinking about coming bottom. Yep, I'm coming bottom. So I home guard to bottom, And we're gonna try to make a play here. Since I know Shaco's down here, he's trying to make a play here. I know he'll probably stay. So so Ziggs comes down again for another really nice roam from our mid lane. And we know Shaco's right there, and I ult the Shaco because I know that's him. Nami lands a snare, and we probably finish him off. And now I'm looking to snare as many people as possible. I back off here a little bit. I grab onto the fiddlesticks. I knock him away. And now I'm kiting away. I flash the Varus E because they would have killed me for sure. And now Nasus is down here at the same time. So Riven is pushing top. So I know that if we can keep them here, then it's going to be really good for us. So I dodged the Varus Q because that might have probably killed me. And now I'm thinking about going back. I'm just kind of watching how my team is doing, right? So I'm thinking about it like we're being careful. Riven is still pushing top, which is really strong for us. And now I'm going to come back. So now that they're backing off, I'm like, okay, now we can make a play here. So now I'm rushing down with mobility boots, and I'm trying to land a Q on whoever I can. I'm still being careful now. I take a little bit of damage from Mauls here, right? I'm running through his stuff. I'm still taking damage. I pop Solarian, I pop my shield, and we're able to live that. And now we're just going to go back. So we stopped them as much as we could. We were able to get that top turret because we pressured them. If we had just let them go back, Riven might have not have gotten this turret. It's very possible. So it's really good. So I go back. I'm rushing down middle. We're 5-1-12 now. And now I have a Giant's Belt and a Chainmail, and I'm looking to build Sunfire Cape. Sunfire Cape is super strong. It maxes, it synergizes really well with your W. Skill order, obviously you're maxing your W first, then you max your E, and then your Q is last. Your E actually does pretty decent damage once you max it, but still, like, generally speaking, your W is pretty much all your damage. So when your W is down, it's really hard to just stand there and auto-attack people and do damage. But, like, the thing about Nautilus is he's kind of a champion where you just want to catch people, you combo your stuff together with your teammates, and then you back off for a little bit, right? You back off for like 3 or 4 seconds, you wait for your cooldowns to come back up, and then you go in again. If you just stand there for those 3 and 4 seconds and do just attacking, you're probably just taking free damage for nothing. So again, that's really situational because obviously if you're tanking, then you're doing something for your team, but that's generally how I like to play Nautilus, is you just kind of go in, you land your combos, and then you back off. So now we're just rushing around the map with mobility boots. We're kind of just looking for an initiation somewhere. Or oh wow, I might have been saying the score wrong. So we're actually up 16-27. My bad. Yeah, so I probably was saying the score wrong. Like we were down 10 to like 16 whenever I said that before. But we were actually up then. So yeah, never mind. So I guess we're doing okay. Like if you look at the scores, Riven is kind of losing his lane for sure. Even though Nasus has like no CS, so Nasus has been doing a really bad job CSing. Because you know why? Because he's had to roam bottom to help with my ganks so much, with our ganks, that he actually lost a lot of CS doing that. But Ashe is 2-4-10, so she's a lot of assists. Ziggs is super far ahead, 13, 2, and 10, and he lands his ult, and Ashe had a really good W there. So he saw Shaco come back, but he wasn't exactly sure where he was, and he just W'd randomly, and he happened to hit the Shaco who took the Ziggs ultimate and died from the Ashe arrow. So Ziggs is 13-2-3, so he's super far ahead. The Nami is doing really well, 2-2-12. She's done really well, followed up really well on my ganks, and I'm 5-1-12. Here he's able to catch. Oh my god, that was such a good play by Nami. So Nami was able to catch him, and now we land our ultimates onto him, and we just go right onto Maple Street again, and we catch him. Like catching the AD carry is really good. Even though what is he this game? So he was 3-4-5 then. So it was still 300 gold that we got for him. But even if he was like 1-7, if we kill him back here, that means he's not farming, and that's really good for us because that's like their late game hopes right there. And so here I'm tanking the turret a little bit so that my team gets a free hits on it before the minions come. And all I do is pop my shield there so that I just take all those hits, and now we have this huge minion wave. And I do the same thing again. I take one hit, and now I tried to grab the Nasus here, but I grabbed the Shaco box. Unfortunately, I didn't even see it there. So we're still just pushing onto this turret. We have a huge minion creep, and it's really hard for them to stop. Fiddle ults in, and that's okay. So he fears the Nami. I just grab in the Fiddlesticks. With Ziggs ult, we're able to take him down. The arrow comes in, really good arrow from Ashe, and we back up there. Riven comes in to support. Riven flashes in. And now we still keep track of who's tanking the turret. I was tanking it at first, and then I back off. And then Nami was tanking it, and then she backs off after that. And now we're just pushing onto their team. The thing about Nautilus is, like, once your team gets a little bit ahead, it's super easy to snowball games as Nautilus because you have so much CC. You just land some of your CC, and it's, like, super good. So I do the same thing again. I pop my shield and let my allies tank, or I tank the turret a little bit and let my team get free hits on the turret. And then, so now we're just looking to end the game here. Yep, they're all dead. They're aced pretty much, except now Support Fiddle is back again. So we end the game 6-1-16, which is really strong. We didn't even have to build our Sunfire Cape. But that's how you basically turn a lead. You can see how bad we started off our team. And Nautilus is just a really strong ganker. So that's how I like to play Nautilus. Thanks for watching, guys.